Anyway, yesterday I lost my house application for the Dianella house. Maybe I'll take a short video about what's the plan. Anyway, yesterday I lost my house application for the Dianella house, and I tried to manifest that house. When I was in China, I manifested what I want. I wanted to live in Dianella, in my old house, and send my kids to school there, find a job there. And then this all happened, all happened. That house owner moved out and he was renting out his house, but it was for $650, and $650 is just way too much. It's just way too much. I feel so uncomfortable. I said to him, yeah, I'll take it, but eventually they called me and talked with me about my income, and because I have no income, eventually they had to, make an unsuccessful application. Which I'm happy, because I don't want to take the house for $650 with no income. This is just too much pressure. Because yes, it's gonna be easy in a lot of ways, because you have a place to live and you don't need to look for the house anymore and all these other benefits, but it's the stress you put on yourself, because once you have the house, you need to find a job quickly, And if you're under this pressure, I don't think you're making good decisions. You cannot just take any job, maybe a job you don't really like, you haven't thought through it, just for the money. And you also need to look for a job which has more money than my previous job, which is a lot of pressure. That was a bit too much. So I saw, I think her name is Dolores Cannon or something. She talks about manifestation, and when you try to manifest something, you need to think about it and also feel it. But you need to make sure you go in as much detail as possible. Because a lot of people, they try to manifest something. She came up with some examples about one lady tried to, she tried to think about her dream partner, but she ended up finding her dream partner, but he was married, I mean, who would think about this? You would think like, the universe would, of course, the universe would give you a person which is not married, but obviously not. And I think this is the same example with this flat. I was thinking to live in the flat and having the flat, but I didn't think like about the details, like how much rent, am I owning the house? So I ended up not taking it, because that's not what I want. Yes, I want the house, but not for $650. I would have taken it for $450. That would be optimal. $550 is already it's the limit. In my old job, with my old job I had in the printing company, I was making okay money. And if I would have taken a house for $550, plus maybe gas, water, electricity, I would have to pay maybe $580 to $600. And that is already, that's almost like half gone. So, and the other half you need to pay all your other bills. So if you go on $650, too much. So that's why I'm I was released. I feel relieved that they rejected my application. But yes, I'm feeling a bit down now, because now I need to look for a job in the house, which makes it difficult, You need to find a house, and then when you have the house, once you have the house, it's hard to find, once you have the job, it's hard to find the house, because you need to go to these home openings, you need to apply for the house, and you need to find also a house which you like, you know. And it's not easy at the moment because the house price market is so high.